Hello, this is Peg from the International Kitchen. Today we'll be talking about more of our favorite destinations for our cooking vacations and culinary tours. In this case, Paris. The City of Lights, as it is called, is definitely one of our favorite places. Of course, part of what we love about it is the food. The bakeries, the restaurants, the wine bars, the open-air markets. But today we're counting down 6 of our very favorite cultural sites to see there. Of course, we could easily list dozens of amazing things to see in Paris, but here are some you want to be sure not to miss. The Jardin du Luxembourg, or Luxembourg Garden, is a large, popular garden located between the Saint-Germain-des-Prés neighborhood and the Latin Quarter in Paris. Reputedly inspired by Florence's famous Boboli Gardens, this 25-hectare garden was created in 1612 and boasts the Luxembourg Palace, today seat of the French Senate, both French and English formal gardens, a large pool, orchards, an apiary, greenhouses, tennis courts, flower gardens, numerous statues, including an original small model of the Statue of Liberty, playgrounds, and its famous ornamental Medici fountain. What we love most about it is not just its ornate, ordered beauty, but its popularity. It is a place where Parisians come to relax, where children come to play or sail their model sailboats, and where art and music are always on display. Perles Cemetery is one of the most visited cemeteries in the world and home to the graves of many famous citizens of France, England, and even America. It is located in the eastern side of Paris, quite close to one of our Paris cooking classes, which makes it a perfect destination for a stroll after a leisurely lunch. Part of the cemetery's draw is its design, paths lined with ornate graves in all manner of styles and tree-lined walkways. But its real claim to fame are its famous residents, Frédéric Chopin, Honoré de Balzac, Molière, Jean de La Fontaine, Oscar Wilde, Edith Piaf, Amedeo Modigliani, and even America's own Jim Morrison, whose gravesite has been a pilgrimage point and party spot for fans and artists since his death in 1971. The Musée Rodin, located in the Hôtel Biron and its surrounding gardens in the heart of Paris's 7th arrondissement, is, not surprisingly, dedicated to the works of the French sculptor Auguste Rodin. The building itself is beautiful and houses many famous works by the artist, including his famed marble piece, The Kiss. But it is the sight of Rodin's works peppered throughout the gorgeous gardens that really struck me during my first visit. I found the museum almost by accident, simply strolling around after a visit to the nearby Eiffel Tower. There is something about being able to stand at length on a beautiful day in the gardens and peruse to one's heart's content such works as The Thinker, The Burghers of Calais, Orpheus, and The Gates of Hell. The kings of France lived until the 14th century in the Palais de la Cité, located on the Ile de la Cité in the middle of the River Seine. Of the complex of buildings, today remain only a few, including the Conciergerie, where Marie Antoinette was famously imprisoned before her beheading, and the Chapelle, one of our very favorite sites in Paris. The chapel was built by Louis IX to house a collection of relics he had purchased, including, reputedly, the crown of thorns, and was finished in 1248. The relics were subsequently moved to the nearby Cathedral of Notre Dame, but the chapel remains in all its Gothic glory. It is considered one of the highest examples of rayonnant architecture, which was a Gothic style that privileged height and openness and a sense of airiness formed by large, beautiful windows. Rayonnant, in fact, means shining or brilliant, and refers specifically to the radiating spokes of the rose windows. The Sainte-Chapelle's upper chapel is wall-to-wall stained glass, which on a sunny day gives the impression of standing suspended in a sea of light and color. It might seem obvious to list the Louvre, one of the world's most famous museums, but we believe a visit to Paris is not complete without it. As the largest and most visited museum in the world, planning a visit can seem daunting. We recommend you don't try to see it all, but carefully select the galleries that interest you. You might find yourself packed in front of the Mona Lisa for a quick glimpse at that famous painting, or staring in awe at the Winged Victory statue. But I prefer to find a section to explore at leisure, perhaps ancient Greek and Roman statues, Rubens's Marie de' Medici cycle, or 19th century paintings. The museum's famous, and at the time controversial, entrance, a great glass pyramid, was designed by the architect I.M. Pei and added in 1988. The most iconic emblem of Paris is, of course, the Eiffel Tower. The famous 300-meter-tall iron structure was constructed for the 1889 World's Fair and commemorated the 100-year anniversary of the French Revolution. Designed by Gustave Eiffel, the tower was a miraculous feat of modern engineering. But since then, it has become a romantic symbol of Paris itself, the most visited monument in the world, and probably the most recognizable as well. Ascending the tower, either by lift or by stairs, will afford you up-close amazing views of the latticed ironwork, as well as incomparable views of Paris. It simply is not to be missed. We hope you've enjoyed this brief discovery of some of our favorite places to visit in Paris. Each of these can be seen during one of our amazing culinary tours of Paris, or visited on your own after one of our one-day cooking classes in Paris. See our website, www.theinternationalkitchen.com, for details. Bon voyage!